Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We're going live. Let's see if I can get Instagram to work today. Seems like some days it does fine and other days not so much. Okay, so it says go live. Let me click it and see if it's actually live. Oh, here we go. We're actually live. I think when I click it, I think I'm live and it says I'm not. So now it looks like we are live on Instagram. All right. Good morning. Today is Thursday, June the 27th. Thursday, June the 27th. I need some more light. Here we go. Let there be more light. More light. We need more light. Yes, yes, yes. We can probably start there. Let's do our share screen. Okay. I guess that works, but it doesn't really. How about we move all this to another screen? There we go. Think we're doing better now. Okay, now the screen needs to adjust so I can work. There we go. Morning, Tanya. I see you, girlfriend, in here bright and early. Woo woo. All right, let's see what the VIX has to offer. Oh, yeah. Thinking about some stuff. Of course, I wait till I'm in the middle of the call to think about something that requires thought. The VIX is at 12.73, which is it's up 1.43% this morning. Good old VIX. Why you should make smart switch to online savings. Stock market news for each day. We'll talk about that in a minute. Talk about it in a minute. I hope everybody had a really good evening and a good trading day yesterday. I don't know what you're doing. Hello? Hello? Oh, okay, there we go. There's something odd about this concentration in stocks. Something's going on here with the screen. So let's refresh that and move to something else. Walgreens Boots, I think they had earnings. They're having earnings this morning. Walgreens stock plunges as the drugstore chain slashes profit guidance in challenging consumer environment. It is a challenging environment, and it's interesting to see that even some of the big boys and the staples, big boys and big girls, and even the staples type of companies are really trying hard to navigate this space. That it seems to be very difficult. And I think they're keeping it like under wraps. We don't really get to hear about how well or not so well a company's doing until it's earnings time. But it seems like there's a lot more companies struggling in this space than they're leading on. Levi shares dropped 15% as jeans makers disappoint despite denim craze. Well, everybody who likes denim don't necessarily like Levi's. Because there's other companies now that are starting to capture the attention. I could start naming them, but I won't. But there's other jean companies. People want those names. Levi's used to be like the name to have, and now they're not. Pretty much. JP Morgan Chase says its stress test losses should be higher than what the Fed disclosed. Share slide after revenue forecast fails to top estimates. All righty, so that's what's going on in our futures. We've got the Dow futures are down 87 or 0.22%, S&P futures down 0.15%, and NASDAQ futures down 0.21%. S&P futures fall slightly after the broader index rises for a second day. See, did we get anything there we can work with? Nope, finance at Yahoo. Today's Thursday, so the GDP data is coming out first thing this morning. Actually, it's already out. Let me refresh this so we can see what it showed. This inflation data looks like the GDP was flat. It was expected to be 1.4 and it was 1.4. I guess that's a good thing. Yes, it's not red or green. The unemployment claims 223,000, so they're less than what anticipated. And core durable goods orders is negative 0.1%. They thought it would be 2%. Durable goods, 0.1%. Final GDP. Goods trade balance is down 100 billion. They thought it would be down 96 billion. Preliminary wholesale inventories at 0.6%. They thought it would be at 0.1. At 10 o'clock, we're going to have pending home sales. This is also a red folder. Of course, home sales tells us what our inflation or what our economy feels like. People aren't necessarily buying or putting that kind of capital into a place if they're not comfortable with what's next. 10:30 natural gas storage, and 9 o'clock tonight, President Biden will speak. Is that the debate or whatever that's supposed to happen tonight? I'm not one who necessarily keeps up with politics. It's like I hear as the time is going through, but I'm not necessarily one that's going to keep up with what's happening. Marsha, good morning. Tanya, I already said good morning to you. Hey, Asleen. PayPal playing with your emotions, Tanya. Yeah, we'll look at it. Amazon and other online RX companies going brick and mortar, a run for the money. And Nori, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, we got a lot happening. Got a lot happening in the world today. I don't know where you are with your praying, but prayer is required in this day and age. There's a lot of stuff that you can't see, all the forces that you can't see. So we need a force working on our behalf that we can't see too. All right. So 8:30, we talked about that. 10 o'clock, we've got some stuff coming. 11 o'clock, we've got the KC Fed Composite Index, 4-week bill auction, 8-week bill auction, 1137-year note auction at 1 o'clock. That's actually a 2-star. So there's that. There is that. Let's move to see what was. We got earnings. We'll go look at PayPal here in a minute. Our earnings this morning, we had Walgreens Boots, McCormick, Acuity Brands, Simply Good, Apogee, and Lindsay. Aftermarket today, we're going to have Nike, Accolade, Pinstripes, and American somebody. American somebody is going to be after. Nike's probably the one people will look at the most. Good morning, Janae. You're here. Okay, good to know. You're here, not here. Look like you're here to me. Okay. Adam said 54.54 has been what he's called the ATM machine all week. No level has paid out more in 2024. This should say SPX, not ESF. For him, he trades the ESF. So I didn't cover that up. So Sally. Holding fake breaking 10 times since Friday. Last night it paid again, running to 54.69 target. Lock in your partials. Plan today, hold runners 54.77, 54.91 to 95 plus are the next levels. No dip until 54.54 fails. As I was saying that the ES and SPX, there has a gap between them, and the gap is 65 points. So when you look at Adam's numbers on Twitter, you need to subtract 65 points in order to have SPX numbers. Tanya's telling Janae to wake up. You're here. You can listen. You can listen to me drone on for a minute. We're going to look here in a minute at our credit spreads for the day, maybe some 1DTEs or the ones we've had from previous. We'll look at those. If you're here with me and you're hanging out and you kind of want to know more about options, but don't know really about options as a seller, then you might want to hop in on the options 411 unlocking the basics. It's actually at my website. It is being sold there for $27. So that way you can get a nice little quick intro into options 411. A nice little quick intro into options 411. I'm getting ready to talk about credit spreads, but in order to talk about credit spreads, I'm going to do our charting. If you're looking for a charting checklist, go ahead to chartyourway to100k.com, put in your email address and get this free charting checklist free charting checklist so you can see what things you should be looking at when you're charting. What should you be looking for? Right? Chart Your Way to 100K is the free charting checklist. This is our list of trades for the week. We've talked about almost all of these. Today I'm going to hit a few. I don't know. I think we talked about JD. And I think Morgan Stanley was on the list. JD, we've got what, 27 and 29.5. Don't know what kind of premiums we'll see over there. It's almost one day left. Let's look also at Uber, and let's see what EMPH. I want us to look at what can we possibly do for just a 1 DTE. What can we run for a 1 DTE? If y'all got something you want me to look at, put it in the comments. I'm going to talk about credit spreads, and credit spreads is also a training. We have trainings for all these things, but you need to be, where's that credit spreads training? Did I skip it? Maybe so. There it is. Credit spreads training. If you want to know how do you use your collateral to make your money every single week without all the stress and pressure, it's a lot more passive. This is our number one strategy that we use in our community as a seller. It's credit spreads. All right, credit spreads. You take in money. You take in money when you enter the trade. This is a good thing. You get paid to trade. Who's down for that? Who's down for getting paid to trade? Let's look at PayPal to see what it may do. Tanya said it's playing with her emotions, and I think I saw Marsha, somebody said me too. We're on the daily chart. And we're on PayPal, or I thought we were on PayPal. Well, now, okay. Looks like your put credit spread must be the one that is getting played with, seeing that the prices seem to come down. We're actually at support. If you look back at what's this, March the 7th, and at February 21st. If you go back there, we're at support 58.11, and one more down, 57.44. So there's two supports here. Of course, we want it to do its thing. What did we have on our strikes? Let's see what we have. I gotta go to the slide so I can see it. Hey, Karen. Good morning. PayPal, we've got 58 as our underneath strike, 58, 57, 58. Yep. So now that we're at this support, our anticipation is that it will turn around between, when it gets here. This was a long candle, so that kind of looks like an exhaustion candle. It's like after it drops a bit and it's like, we're tired, we're going to drop one last time. It did pull back off this line, so it's just going to require looking. Okay, so now if you're not sure, go back. We did a whole set of trainings on defending, right? On defending, whether that is setting your stop loss for 3x your premiums, or entering another trade that's even lower, making sure you get your opposite money on the other side, on the call credit spread side, entering another trade to pull in more premiums. These are the things. Hey, Adrian, these are the things. Remember, if you scroll back through our membership, you can go and look for defending your credit spreads, and you can see what was the things that we talked about. Me and Marsha told PayPal to go back up yesterday. Okay, and did it listen? It listened a little bit. Looks like it listened a little bit. Let's see what it's doing in the pre-market. Well, this is all pre-market for PayPal. Came down and hit. This was yesterday, and it's been steadily rising since yesterday. Since in the post-market and pre-market, it is coming on back up. In the pre-market, we are currently at 58.30. currently at 58.30. So this is the time you're 30 cents away from your strike, but that means now you need to be thinking about what is it that I'm going to do? If I need to do, what am I going to do? When am I going to do? Right? You need to be thinking about that now. The time to think about what and when to do, or what it is you're going to do and how to do it, is not when it's happening. You have to think about it a bit ahead of time. So now that you got a little bit of time to ponder what is it that we want to do, then go ahead and look at it. Okay, go ahead and think about it. Let's look at Morgan Stanley. So a lot of times these bankings always stay on our list, but they don't always pay out great premiums. This is $96. Let's see if we can get something for tomorrow. Looks like we've got resistance at 97.79, and we've got some support. I would put support down here at 96.12. I don't have Thinkorswim open. Let me open it and see what kind of probability out of the money we have. But if I was looking, it's hung in this zone for a while. So there may be a good little way to iron condor it. Y'all know me. I'm always looking for a good iron condor. There's a gap here that needed to be filled, and it's not all the way filled yet. So price may go and try to fill that entire gap. It's almost filled though, as with the Tuesday candle. Almost got us. Actually, this is not the full gap. The gap goes from where the price closed to where the next price opened. So that's really the gap. It closed up here. This green candle closed up here, and it opened at the top of the next candle. So that is really the gap. Okay, so if I was looking there, you could take a look at, there's a few things you could do. You could look at the top of this gap, which is 98. And you can look down here at the bottom of this. 96 is currently at 96.10. So it is currently in the zone that would show itself as some support. I don't know what our numbers look like, but if I was just using the chart at or above 99, yeah, because 98.66 is the top of this gap. If I was going to look, this honestly, y'all see this? It could go put credit spread, call credit spread. It's not real clear. For all this time, it's been in the zone, this is all the way since the end of May. So all of this month, it's been in the zone. You could go down here underneath this support if you wanted to be a little safer at 94. So I'm probably not going to be any good premiums down there though. So at the very most, I probably would go down to 96 or 95.5. I don't know if they got a 0.5 in this area, because this is at $95. There's not hardly a 95.5. 96 is going to definitely feel too close because the current price is right there. So PCS at or below 95. Current price is 96.10. I would be comfortable with 95 and 99 on Morgan Stanley. What I can't see is Thinkorswim just yet. Oh, let me go look over here on my phone. I can do it there because it'll be quicker than doing it. Waiting for it to open on my computer. Morgan Stanley, the Morgan. If we're looking at 99. For tomorrow, 99 is at 86% probability out of the money, and 95 is 75, so it might go down to 94. Let's see what we got here. If we look at vertical, what we say, 99? 99 is paying $11. This one up here is paying $11. And 95 is paying $14. If you want to go with them both. I'll put that there just so you'll see what's going on. And 99 is paying 11. Between the two of them, $25. $25 on the iron condor. Let's look at Uber. Ubad. Okay, Uber. Look at yesterday. Another inside candle basically is what yesterday did. It's not going one way or the other. Inside candle means that it's inside the top and the bottom of the previous day's candle. Okay, that means it's not higher than the higher of the previous day. It's not lower than the low of the previous day. It is inside of the previous day's price action. So this one would be, again, you could probably bring your support and resistance down to this other candle if you were looking at that for your bounds. It's at $70.85 right now. So we could get us an iron condor on Uber. We did it last week. Let's see if we can see what we can get this week. I'm waiting for Thinkorswim is opening. But let me go look at Uber right now on my phone because it'll be quicker that way. Y'all, the Lord has blessed me with new computers. Y'all know I was talking about needing a new computer. Y'all heard me every day on this call talk about needing a new computer. And the Lord is gracious. The Lord is gracious. I'm actually getting 2 new computers and I'm not having to pay a dime. No monies from me. I love it. It's going to be good. Okay, so 69 is what is on here for a put credit spread. Let's say 68, 69. There we go. PCS 68, 69. Actually, you probably could go 69, 70, but we got a plus minus 1.4. 1.4 puts us at 69. Okay. And on the call credit spread side, we've got 73. We add 1.4. Yep, 1.1, 71.4, 72. Well, we probably could do 72, but 72 or 73. Oh, that's it there. We already got that written. 69.70 was what we said yesterday, and 74, you may be able to go to 72 if you're feeling real froggy. Really froggy. 72 is actually a 72% probability out of the money, so you probably could do that one, but 73 would be less risky. See if I can get. I have in. Okay. Okay. Looking at something that's very weird. Very, very weird. Alrighty, let me bring this over so we can look at it together for Uber to see what Uber. Looking for tomorrow, and we got our strikes. We already said, what did we say? 73 and 69. 69 is paying, market is closed, of course, paying $8 right now with the closed market. And 73 paying $7, so a total of 15. I'm not super crazy about those numbers per se, but let's see when the market opens because we're kind of close. And part of that is because yesterday's price action didn't include anything. See this doji here, since there was not a lot of motion here, we're not going to get a lot of money off of our price action in here. All right. So Uber, $15 for just one DTE, not so bad, but I would want to get a little bit more off of that. But yesterday's price action being such that it was not caused issues. Okay. Let's go look at EMPH. Let's go look at EMPH. Yesterday was the day. Remember we talked about EMPH yesterday and the iron condor. Tanya was like, nope, she wasn't finna get her face taken off fooling around with EMPH yesterday. It's at 102.95 right now. Support was back here at 97. When I'm dealing with EMPH, I definitely tie in the plus minus number because and the implied volatility number because ain't nobody got time for that. I also want to look at Micron before we go, so y'all don't let me forget that. Plus minus number on EMPH is 3.6. So if we add 3.6 to this, we're at what, 1.6, 1.7? I mean, 106 and 107. And if we haven't doing way too much math this week, I'm back in the classroom this week, and every day it's run hard. And then we're taking away 3.6. So that's going to put us at what, 99? Take away 3 puts us at 99. Take away the 6, yeah, 99. Okay, so 99 is going to give us $15 on EMPH. That's on the bottom side. Okay, that's 99, gives us $15, and 106 or 107, I believe I said. Gonna pay us another $26. That's looking kind of good. $41 for one spread. Let's go look at this single to make sure I got us some good numbers. 107, 108 is in the 80s. If you wanted to make sure you had 85%, that's 108. And 80% would be 99, like I said. So 99 and 108. Let's look at 108. 108, that says $1. That's not paying $1. We need the market to open because it's not going to pay $1. Right next to it is paying 7, and above it is paying 26. So the one in the middle probably going to be 15. This is not $1. So 108 and 99. I'm putting those on my list. I am getting a Mac. Yeah. EMPH 99, 98, 99. Not investment advice, but just showing you what I'm looking at. You probably could do 108, 109 if you were feeling. That's on the call credits, but if you thought it was going to really get on a horse and move between now and tomorrow. Now, we've been putting out the triple Q in my community. I put out the triple Q every day with PeakBot. I do a triple Q iron condor, and it's around noontime. The PeakBot, which does automated trading, hands-free. I don't do anything. It just every day around noon, it decides the strikes, the deltas. The strikes are selected based on delta. There we go. The strikes are selected based on delta, and they go to like a 25 delta on each side, and it enters a trade, a one spread trade, and then it collects the money. Generally, it's $40, $45 somewhere in there. It collects in premiums each day, which is pretty good. And then the next morning, the next day, it puts in the order to close it for $5, to close each of those sides for $5. And then if it continues today, like if the sides get breached, which does happen, then at some point during the later part of the day, it will close off that trade. But what happens is as you do this every single day, it keeps adding up. There are days where you get breached and that other $50 ends up getting spent. But then the next day you take in 40 more, the next day 40 more, and then as time continues to pass, you definitely take in more than you lose. The good thing about it is I don't spend any time thinking about which strikes it in for Q triple Q, and I don't um, worry about closing it. I let whatever's happening there do its thing. I don't adjust it myself. I have in the past I was doing that, but I don't really have the time or the focus to do it now because I'm in the class all day. So I'm just letting Peakbot do the trading for me, right? Use Peakbot. It also this week I had several credit spread trends. I let the bot do credit spreads for me because again, I'm not watching. I'm not able to enter at the right time. The bot picks the perfect time. It picks the perfect strikes, and then it enters the trades. So I've done like Snow. I think I had Snow, Datadog, On, T triple Q. I feel like I had one more. But anyway, so I let the bot do the work for me. Automated trading as a seller. You can go to use Peakbot. You can find me. It's on Twitter. They're all over, but he's on Twitter. Use Peakbot. Yeah. Anyway, check it out. Check it out. If you go ahead and use the little link I just put in the code in the comments, you can get 50% off your first quarter. 50% off the price of your first quarter. Nothing's better than half off, right? Only thing's better than half off is like 75% off or free, but half off is good. Let's go with that. There are some things better than half off, but half off is good. Let's go look at MU. See what MU did in the post market because they had earnings. MU had earnings. Look at there. MU had a pretty big drop after the earnings call, but it has recovered partway back up to where it was. It closed at 142, and we're currently at 136. So we're down about $6. I think their guidance wasn't as great, but I did a put credit spread yesterday on MU. And my strikes are 127, 128, I believe. And what is it? We're currently at 136. We're currently at 136. So my trades, I'm going to see if I can close them today because I got in yesterday when the volatility was high. So today there's going to be that IV crush, which happens. IV crush. So it's going to draw up those premiums. And I'm hoping to be able to close my trades this morning. Or sometime today. I always set the close order after I enter, which is why I'm wondering about those day trades. It says I have because I don't usually have day trades. I usually set it, but I think I might have. Anyway, unimportant. I'll process it soon enough. Anyway, this is where Micron is. Let's see if we see anything we can do with Micron tomorrow for a 0 DTE or 1 DTE. Tomorrow will be 1 DTE. Okay, so it looks like there was some movement through this gap. It might be looks like that price action there went all the way up and filled it from yesterday. So if we're looking at the R1 of resistance is at 146.90 and support is at 135.95. 146 and 135. 146 and 135. Let's see. Well, the current price is at 135 and some change, so that might not be the best place for it. It's a plus minus 15 still. Once the market opens, this is going to draw up. But subtracting 15 from 135 puts us at 120. It's weird that it's 15 points between today and tomorrow. That's a lot of ATRing. That's a lot of movement. And then adding 15 to that puts us at 150, 149, 150. So what do we say? 120, 150. Let's go to verticals. 120 is paying $14. Now the market's closed. And I'm going to go to 149 so we can keep it a one spread. 149 is paying $45. So $45 plus the other $15, $60 on MU. Between today and tomorrow, one spread, pull in $60. Ding, 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 ding. MU is going to be worth looking at. EMPH and MU are ones that you might want to consider. Hey, Abram, don't forget we're going to meet this evening. MU and ENPH are on the watch list. They're on the watch list for the day for the 1 DTE. All righty. We've covered a few. We covered EMPH, Uber, Morgan Stanley. We looked at PayPal. We looked at MU. Right? The credit spreads training. I just was going through a bunch of credit spreads. So the credit spreads training, I actually did some updates and edits to it yesterday. So it has been, if you already have it, of course, you can go back and look at it again. But if you don't already have the vertical credit spreads training, you can go and check that out. I actually added another video to it to include the how to defend your spreads. How to defend your spreads. I need to send an email to all the people who already own this, because the way I do courses, when I edit it or I update or whatever, if you already own it, you get access to those edits as well. I need to make sure that the people who already have credit spreads know that it's been updated so they can go look at it. All righty. Membership is open. Morning calls, weekly calls, monthly coaching calls, Telegram group where we all hang out. All the good stuff is in the membership, right? $97. We got trade ideas and support while you're running the trade ideas, because that's important too. Okay. E2T Trader's Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts grow more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. All right, so I hope all hearts and minds are clear. I hope all hearts and minds are clear. All right. I want us to have a great green trading day. I'm actually creating something. I'm going to hop off with you. That's why I'm getting off now, because I'm creating a trades journal, a one pager. It's a simple kind of thing, but I'm going to have it available to you for free, that you can just you have a page that you can put your each trade in. We know we are going to just 1 July. Let me go grab this graphic. Just 1 July. We're going to, there we go. Let me see if I can get this shared. Maybe I'll move it over here. Come on, Cletus. There we go. We'll put it. Just 1 July is what we're going to. Let me change the screen so we can see. Everybody can see. Just 1 July. Starting July 1st, which I believe is Monday. Each day, we're going to trade one stock or place one trade. Just one. We're going to do one thing. You're going to look at one stock or place one trade. We're going to prepare for the trade, enter it, manage it, and focus. Focus on that trade. I have found that I'm really good with finding things to trade, but not so much as staying focused on it while it's trading. Like I'll enter a trade and be like, okay, good, that's done, and be off. Like, and not even manage it. Now, as a seller, you can get spoiled and do that as a seller because you don't necessarily have to manage those. But if you decide you're going to be a buyer, those trades have to be managed, right? Just 1 July. Are you ready? Y'all gonna be okay with our challenge for July? Just 1 July. We're gonna do one stock per day, each day. You're going to do one per day. One stop or just place one trade per day. We're going to try to get ourselves out of this right here. Y'all know what this right here is, where we're looking everywhere. Just one July. All right. I want you to get your mindset. We're starting Monday. Okay. If this is something you think you could use, put me a yes in the comments. If you think you could use this, put me a yes in the comments. Just 1 July. What you think? Y'all think y'all can use this? I don't see any yeses yet. Maybe I'm delayed. I see a yes. I get one yes. I know we're in good shape, but I want more than one yes. Just 1 July, one trade, one stock. Up to you which. But it's going to help us. This is going to help us. I promise. It's going to help all of us. All right. I see some more yeses. Okay. We're going to go on. I feel so crazy. I put on my shea butter, but I feel like I'm shining. I feel like I'm shining. Keep looking at myself on the screen. Janae says yes too. All righty. So we're going to have a great green day today. I want you all to, number one, stay green. And I want you to, number two, get this money. All right. All right. I'll see you all in the market. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Tamar.